Hare Krishna, this is the Gita chapter 5, sloka 2. Chapter 5 is Karma Sannyasa Yoga. First we will offer the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjala Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Krishna Bhagavan ki. Gita Shastramidam Punyam Yav Patet Prayatav Puman Vishnu Padamavapnoti Bhayashokadi Varjitaha Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva Eko Mantrastasya Namani Yani Karmapyekam Tasya Devasya Seva Krishnaya Paramatmane Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. Number second sloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sannyasa Karma Yogascha Nishreyasakaravubho Tayostu karma sannyasat karma yogo vishishyate. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sannyasa Karma Yogasya Nishreyasakaravubho Tayostu karma sannyasat karma yogo vishishyate. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sannyasa Karma Yogasya Nishreyasakaravubho Nishreyasakaravubho Tayostu karma sannyasa karma yogo vishishyate. Synonyms. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, the personality of Godhead said, Sannyasaha, renunciation of work. Karma Yogaha, work and devotion. Cha, also Nishreyasa Karao, leading to the path of liberation. Ubhau, both, tayo, of the two, but karma sannyasat, in comparison to the renunciation of the fruitive work. Karma yoga, work in devotion, vishishyate, is better. Translation by the Srila Prabhupada. The personality of Godhead said, the renunciation of the work and the work in devotion are both good for liberation. But of the two, work in devotion service is better than the renunciation of the work. So here, when Arjuna asked the question, like, what should I do? Which are the best things to do? Jnana Yoga or Sannyasa Yoga or Sankhya Yoga, or this is one part, same, or the Karma Yoga or the Bhakti Yoga. So Karma Yoga is nothing but offering the results to the God, Bhagavan, and then the Bhakti Yoga is working towards the Bhagavan. It's all same. Everything is same. So basically we are more focused on the Bhakti Yoga. Every yoga is very important. Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga. We can, because without the Jnana, the Bhakti is simply, it's like a, it won't come. And without the Bhakti, the Jnana won't sustain. So that's why, of the two, if you really see, what is our position? So in which ashrama we are in? We are, especially majority of the people in the Kali Yuga, the Grihastha ashrama, we are bounded with all these bondages. So we have to work, we have to earn money, and that is going on. So with that thing, just renunciation of the work totally, it's kind of like impossible. Like going to the vanas, vanaprastha, and the sannyasa, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends in the Kali Yuga, sannyasa is not recommended. That means not every person can be a sannyasi. So basically here the Bhagavan Krishna is saying that work and devotion is better than they're better than the renunciation of work. Tayostu karma sannyasat karma yogo vishishyate. Vishishyate is better. But at the same time, if you really see, certain things we should just renounce. We should not be working for the material gains, material sensory gratification. That's all comes under the sannyasa. And the Bhakti Yoga will be more interested in Bhagavan, and the mainly whatever the works we have to do, Nitya Naimitya karmas, like we will say, what are the things we have to do every day. So those are the things we will do with the offering to the Krishna. Now in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains more details in this. So basically, fruitive activities or the sense gratification are cause for the material bondage. So as long as we are engaged in the activities uh, for the sense gratification or for the bodily concept, bodily comforts, so we keep on getting the bodies. So that's where we get the material bondages, life after life, the janmas of life janmas. So seeking the sense of gratification. So we want this, we want that, we want this. So basically fruitive activities means the one we want the results. So if you really the sense gratifications. So you want to enjoy. And then mainly we are, so long as we are in the body consciousness, the bondage keeps on increasing. So we have to be Krishna consciousness. We have to think that we have to understand and convince ourselves, telling to our buddhi that all the time that we are the Atman, Aham Brahmasmi, not the Deham, Aham not Dehosmi. So that is the main purpose of getting this cycle of the birth and death. So this yoga means all the connection to the Bhagavan Krishna. So karma yoga or bhakti yoga or jnana yoga or any yoga, Raja yoga, any yoga means connecting to the Bhagavan. But in nowadays yoga means the Raja yoga or whatever yoga people are doing it, they are connected to the body. They want it to be healthy, so that's why they are doing early wake up and doing all these things. But they are connected. But that is not the real yoga. So for example, if a karma yoga means you have, because you can't avoid work, you are doing the work, all the work, and the results you are just giving to the Bhagavan. That is karma yoga. And then bhakti yoga means bhakti. Bhakti means what? It's a love. Love of the Bhagavan. Thinking that it's Bhagavan's, everything is Bhagavan's. So even the body, Panchabhutas, how the material manifestations are created, annihilated, maintained, all these things, if you really think, it's all the Bhagavan's Leela is happening. So with that approach, we are the children of the Bhagavan, and then with that approach, right, have that love and affection, and then see the every living entity, every society, everything as the Bhagavan's vibhutis. That's where you kind of like develop the love and then remove these kama krodhas and all those, mainly the desire for the sense gratification, and all this will slowly come basically. So that is mainly the bondage. And to get out from the bondage, Bhagavan is saying like Bhakti Yoga is simple and easy. So as we know, in the first 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita mainly focuses on the Karma Yoga. That means, doesn't mean that it's not focusing on other yogas. The main focus is the Karma Yoga. It tells about, because we have to explain so logically that because we have the body, we have to work, keep on working, and then the mind, any thought, that is also kind of like work. So all those things will be, we should be working, we should be diverting all the works toward the results towards Bhagavan. So whatever we think, we should think about Bhagavan. That is nothing but Karma Yoga also, nothing but Bhakti Yoga. So that is the gist basically. You have to basically, in order to get the Atyantika Sukha, in order to avoid the Dukkha Nivrutti, we have to realize our true nature. That is the only way. And Krishna explains that this material world is a Dukkhalayam, Asukham, Ashashvatam. And you have to find the doshas of Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhis. So to get out from this, he says that the only medicine, only thing is like realizing that we are the soul. That is the only thing to get out from this. To realize the soul, these margas, different yogas we can try. Next, Prabhupada explains that he quotes the Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 5th chapter, 4 to 6, like Lord Rishabhadeva is telling to his kids, sons, 100 sons. First one is Bharata, and the last 9 sons are Navayogendras. Every single son is very divine, and then he teaches so many other things that for to get the sense gratification, you don't have to get this human life. You can be any animal life. Even sometimes the animal life is more powerful to enjoy the senses than the human life. So he quotes 4th and 5th, 6th, 4th to 6th slokas. It goes like this. Nyunam pramatta kurute vikarma yadendriya pritaya apranoti nasadhumanye yatatmanoyam asanna pikleshada ashadeha. That is first 4th sloka. 5th one. पराभवस्तावदबोधजातो यावन्न जिज्ञासत आत्मतत्त्वं यावत् क्रियास्तावदिदं मनो वै कर्मात्मकं येन शरीरबन्धाः. And the 6th sloka, एवं मनः कर्म वशं प्रयुङ्क्ते अविद्ययात्मानुपधीयमाने प्रीतिर्न यावन्मयि वासुदेवे न मुच्यते देहयोगेन तावत्. So basically here is Rishabhdeva is saying that people are mad for sense gratification, and as a result of that, and they do not know that this present body, which is full of miseries, because is a result of the one's previous past fruitive activities in the past. So all the past karmas, the result is the body, mind, and to enjoy the phal of the karmas is either sukh or dukh. To enjoy that, we need to have the body. So the body is created, mind is created. So if you really see from the birth, from the womb of the mother till we die, all we are experiencing is sukha dukkha, sukha dukkha, sukha dukkha. Sukha dukkha. Kha means indriyas. So the ones which are pleasing to the indriyas is sukha, and then displeasing is dukkha. That is what the whole life is going on. Every minute, every second, these are the senses are working. In the waking state, the full all the senses are actively working, and in the dream state, only the mind is working with all experiencing sukha dukkha. And in the deep sleep, even though the mind is also sleeping, there is a avidya, which tamasa guna, and then the fourth stage is called turiya, that is our real nature. To get back to our real nature, back to our lost relationships, we have to follow these yogas. So he explains that these are all basically miseries. The body, having the body. So the real intelligent person is not like educating and then earning money. Like Ramakrishna Paramahansa says, all this money is just to earn rice and bananas, to just enjoy, to maintain the body. So that's all. But the real jnana is thinking that, not the thinking, convincing that we are not the body. At least before leaving the body, if we really convince that we are not the body, that means our life is successful. So to follow any path, but follow very sincerely, as per the Ramakrishna Paramahansa. So one is considered failure in life as long as he makes no inquiry about the real identity. That's what he is saying, Rishabhdeva. So the real identity is as one's consciousness is engrossed in the sense of gratification. That's where it's going from body to the body. The real identity is the soul. So, and also he explains that although the mind may be engaged in engrossed in fruitive activities and influenced by the ignorance, because the avidya is very powerful. Mama maya durattaya, he says, maya is ignorance. Mama, because even though the mind, because mind is so powerful, and even in the 6th chapter, Arjuna asks, like, how can I control the mind, Krishna? It is like a wind controlling the wind. I can't do it, means then the Krishna says, Abhyasa Vairagya. Practice, and then the Vairagya means knowledge. Tad Vairagyam Jagupsaya Darshana Shravanadibhi Dehadi Brahma Paryante Hinitya Bhovastve. Deham and all these things are bhogavastus, are just very temporary and miseries. So that kind of thing. Even though the mind is engaged in, engrossed in the fruitive activities and influenced by the mind in the ignorance, one must develop love to the Vasudeva. Only then we have the opportunity to get out from the bondage of the material existence. That's what Rishabhdeva is saying. So that means in the 7th chapter also we say like a Nava Chaturvidha Vachante Mam Janas Sugatanojana Arto Jigyasradha Jnani Cha Bharatarshava. So 4 types of devotees. Even though you want material desire, like Kamova, Akamova, Moksha Kamova, Udaradihi. If you catch hold of the Krishna and the Bhagavan, what happens is eventually the bhakti will develop, and then it will remove all the unnecessary things arising in the mind, and then slowly the mind will be cleaned up. The Shuddha Buddhi is nothing. That's the thing we need to achieve to realize our soul, because our nature is already Satchit Anand. Already we are Satchit Anand. We don't need to do anything else. We are already soul. Only thing is like we need to realize ourselves. We need to remove the ajnana. We don't need to add the atma jnana. Atma jnana is nothing but removing the anatma jnana. Now the next point is renunciation without Krishna consciousness is incomplete, as explained by the Srila Rupa Goswami in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So we renounce. I mean, a lot of people are there. They try to renounce, but they don't have the bhakti. But that is, they are in trouble, kind of. It's a risky kind. So I don't know how many people are like that. But Rupa Goswami says in this, and the sloka goes like this: Prapanchikataya buddhaya buddhya hari sambandhi vastunaha mukshavis parityago vairagyam phalgu kachyate. When the person eager to engage, achieve liberation, renounce things related to Supreme Personal Godhead, thinking to be material, then their renunciation is incomplete. Renunciation is complete when it is in knowledge that everything exists, everything in existence belongs to Lord, and no one can claim proprietorship out of anything, over anything. One should understand factually that nothing belongs to Krishna, then there is a question of renunciation. That's what Rupa Goswami says. So, that is what the power of the bhakti is. Slowly and slowly, Vaidhi bhakti or prema bhakti, slowly it will come. But the power is once you keep Krishna in the center, all the anarthas will wash away. That's why in the home, if you have the deity, the Vigraha, Krishna Vigraha, and in the center of the home, that means center of the home is not like putting in the center. That means in the everything you just connect to the Bhagavan. Morning wake up, do the puja, Mangala Arati, and then Vigraha Aradhana. Then after that light the lamp and then do the prasadam offerings. So everything you keep on connecting to the Krishna, and that will remove all the anarthas. And in the Vivek Chudamani also, Shankaracharya explains the importance of the bhakti. Moksha karana samagram bhakti reva gariyase. Out of all the moksha samagris, the sadhanas, bhakti is the highest. And what is a bhakti? It means Saswarupanusandhanam bhaktiritya vidhiyate swatmatattvanusandhanam bhaktiritya prejago. Krishna Shankaracharya always, he just keeps on pondering the idea that we are the Atman, we are not the body, we are realizing our true nature itself is bhakti. Swatmatattvan swaswarupanusandhanam, swatmasatvanusandhanam, our swarupa, swaswarupa, the real swarupa nature is Atma. Swatma, Atma means what? I. Whenever we do anything, if you really see the thought, the first base thought for all the other thoughts is I. But there is a false I and the real I. The false I means I am the body. There is a false I. Sometimes I think I am very perfect in seeing, hearing things. So that is like I am the Indriyas. And then that I, the false I, will fall under, I am the good thinker, the mind. I have the good memory, the chitta. I am very intelligent, make good decisions. I am the buddhi. And that is what the real ahankara, the false ahankara, I. The real ahankara is the real I. That's what it says. The real I is our real true nature, Sat Chit Ananda. So I'm not this at all. Like we can say after Panchakosas, we will say, Dehamaya, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. All these are the koshas. So in one way it explains one Upanishads. And certain Upanishads explains Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti, and then Vyaturiya, fourth state, not the third. And Panchakosas, even Anandamaya also says like, in that also we have this, but the individual, but it goes like that. The individual soul is also when they connected with the supreme consciousness, one consciousness, that is oneness. So in the Anandamaya Kosha also they will say that is also Kosha because that is like a limited Satchitananda, individual Jiva. So this jnana, like knowing our nature, knowing the senses are imperfect, knowing that this material world is temporary, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, and then knowing that, then we slowly develop this Vairagya and all that. So that is how we realize our nature. So either way you follow whatever the marga, but the goal should be to realize our true nature. And in the Vivek Chudamani, he says like a sadhana nitya chatvari, 4 sadhanas, he says, Shankaracharya, first is Viveka, having know that the real, what is real, what is unreal. Brahma is real, everything is unreal. Vairagya, and then we have to have the Vairagya of all this because these are all temporary sukhas. Satyantika sukham is our true nature. And in the third one, he explains there are 6 in the third one. Shama, Dama, Titiksha, and all these things, mind control, sense control, and then all the patience and all that is explained. Samadhana, Shraddha, Samadhana, and all this. Titiksha, Uparati. So not thinking about this, all this. And the fourth one is Mumukshutma. I want to realize my own near nature. That kind of like the goal should be there every minute. So that is what the thing. So here the Krishna, mainly the Krishna's goal is telling the people, telling his children that, okay, we have to get out from this material world. And as Prabhupada always says, that in the spiritual world, there are out of 3/4 of the whole thing is the spiritual world and 1/4 is material world. So there are so many living entities, if you really see that thing, Jiva and the Paramatma level. And so many people are already liberated, whereas the very less people, 1/4 only, not liberated. So our majority is that, so go with the majority. And next, just want to explain the bhakti in terms of the what is really the Radha Bhakti Sutras, the bhakti and then the Uttama Bhakti. Bhakti or Uttama Bhakti both are same basically. So first one is as Hrishi Kena Hrishikesha Sevanam Bhakti. Sarvopadi Vinmuktam Tat Partena Nirmalam Hrishikena Hrishikesha Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam Bhakti. Basically Sarvopadi Vinmuktam. All upadhis, basically all the upadhis, we our nature is, true nature is real soul. We are getting the upadhis, the bodies, and all the senses. The body is nothing but senses. All the senses, mind, buddhi, everything we employ into the service of the Hrishikesha. That means the controller of the senses, the master of the senses. That is Atma. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti, Shabdaye. If you really engage everything into the service of the Atman, that is nothing but bhakti. And the Uttama Bhakti is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains, Anyavilashita sunyam jnana karma dhanavritam anukulena krishnanu bhakti sevana silanam bhakti uttama. So when first class devotion service develops, one must devoid of all material desires, knowledge obtained by monastic philosophy and fruitive action. The devotee must constantly serve Krishna favorably as Krishna desires. So here, as Krishna always says in the Bhagavad Gita and many times, think about me and then this. So we will be serving the Bhagavan constantly without any material desire. So many times Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says like, Krishna, if you can kill me or you can embrace me, I am your servant all the time. Dasa, Dasa, Anudasa, Padakamalam, always that. And also in the Bhagavad Gita, so many, like the one sloka repeats 2 times. In the 9th chapter, 34th sloka, and the 18th chapter, 65th sloka, which is very important. Manmana bhavat bhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru mamai vaishyasuktavam atmanam matparayana in the 9th chapter. And in the 8th chapter, it says, Manmana bhavat bhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru mamai vaishyasatyam te pradijane priyosime. So basically, Manmana Bhavat Bhakta, always think about me, serve me, always. Manmana Bhavat Bhakta Madhya Jivamna, everything. Like Ambrish Maharaj, he uses all the Navavidha Bhaktis, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Dasyam, Archanam, Sev, everything, Atma Nivedanam finally. So our really, like Ma Sharda Mata always says, what else we should be doing it? We should be doing only to serving the Lord all the time. Every minute, only the flavor might change. So, develop the life in such a way, mold your life such a way that every minute should be thinking about the highest goal, have the highest goal and work towards it slowly and steadily. In the beginning of the life, maybe we may have so many activities because of the family life and everything. And slowly as the things goes on, really think like what exactly you need for the society, and then focus everything onto the Bhagavan. And that is how we will realize our true nature. And also Lord says in the Gita that Nachatasman Manusheshu Kachinme Prikritama. Basically we should preach this knowledge to everyone. So, and then Krishna says that's also he likes those people. And also mainly the preaching also, right, we have to be very careful. And also Krishna says like those who are not interested don't preach. And also Krishna consciousness. So also Prabhupada says like Krishna consciousness movement is very good for politically, socially, economically, everything, because you will be a sincere citizen, you'll be paying taxes honestly, fully, and then devoting, and then not engaging in all this stupid material sense gratification. So you are like a good, you behave well, so you are a friend to the society too. And also to for the bhakti, you need really a guru, because without the guru, you really can't get it, because the guru will teach you everything who is Bhagwan is. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasada yasya prasadat nagati kutoi. Gati, no gati. Prasada means his blessings. His blessings means he will say like do this, do this, do this. Like Prabhupada, he says like read my books, do the Acha Vigraha, and then do 16 rounds of mala, and then avoid these 4 regulative principles, and then mold yourself in such a way, then he will be happy. So he will never say like, okay, you just construct big temples for me and then work. No. He says like, just you develop yourself and then I am happy. So, and the pure devotee basically is interested only in serving the Lord. So that is what the whole thing is. So basically Krishna says like, okay, or even several times, several places he says like, okay, which is even nirakar rupa or akara akara sakara, which one is good. So basically based on our mentalities, our vasanas, our interests, you can follow any path. So basically any path. So very just few paths, whatever you're interested is, just keep on doing that. Focus on it. And bhakti and all the parts, and in each and every marga, yoga, all the other ones are involved. For example, in the bhakti yoga, bhakti is main, and to do the bhakti, you need to do karmas. Like you need to, do all the deity worship and all the chanting. Everything is karma, right? Buddhi karmas are even the thinking, chanting of the Lord's names, thinking and then repeating the Lord's name, or thinking about the Lord's nature. Like this Bhagavatam is full of about the creation, material nature, the mind, everything explains logically, and that's also doing the work. So that's also karma. So you read books, you get knowledge, and then you just leave the results to the Lord. Don't get too much egoistic or too much ahankara. Then that is nothing but karma yoga. And then the bhakti yoga involved in karma yoga and also jnana yoga. So in knowing the nature, the beauty, the vibhutis of the Bhagavan, trying to understand the Lord, that is also part of the jnana. So everything in the mark, everything is involved. The only thing is like the seriousness. And then life is tough. This samsara is Maya is very powerful. Each and every stage, the things will be checked. And that's mainly moha eva mahamrityu dehadara sutadishu yam jitva manayo yanti tadvishnu paramam padam. Mainly the body, deha, and the dehadara suta adishu, and the body related stuff, the wife, children, and the society, the money, and everything is like those are all the chains. And the body itself will teach you so many lessons. So each and every minute you have to be jagrata, uttishta jagrata prapavarana bodhita. Every stage, every minute, every thought, we get it every minute or every second. You have to be very careful. And then what are the thoughts coming up? Trying to improve all the time, trying to improve the divine qualities. Just think about the Bhagavan only. The more you are like so many slokas, Dhyaita Vishampunta Sangat Sechopajayate. So Vivek Chudamani also says like it is better to drink poison than to think about the Vishayas. Think about anything, any person or any material. If you keep on thinking all that thing, slowly the taste will develop and then you will be into that mode. So that's why in the waking state only you can do whatever you can do it all the bhakti, because that is the only state where you think you have little control, all the senses you can engage it. Then in the dream state it's all the mind, and the mind works based on the vasanas and how many lives we are coming through this, and the Lord will definitely help us. Like if you are walking towards the Lord, one step if you put it, the Lord will put forward 110 steps towards us. So do the serious bhakti, and then remove the bad qualities, and some of the vasanas are very strong, still okay, continue with that, trying to control the senses and trying to work towards that, and then do the bhakti more. So here the Bhagavan again says that, okay, do the bhakti, karma yoga vishishyate, and in that, basically based on our nature, do this and then get out from this. Like, and then Krishna explains so many other things. So we'll see more and more about what Krishna is really saying in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, Hare Krishna. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Shankaracharya ki jai, all the acharyas ki jai, Bhagavan ki jai. Hare Krishna.